Hey everyone, and welcome to The Psychologist Is It.
What can I do, Foster?
Mix. Mix and mix.
Be silent!
So, this is my first episode, and in this episode, I'm going to discuss Hereditary. It is directed by Ari Aster. This is his first feature film, and it stars one of my all-time favorite, Toni Collette, as Annie, Gabriel Byrne as Steve, Alex Wolff as Peter, and Millie Shapiro as the poor Charlie. Now, I know this movie is divisive because many don't see it as a horror movie with the lacks of scares and kills. Most people expected to see a straight up horror movie, and fortunately, it's not what they got. It did receive some rave reviews. It was hailed as one of the best movies in 2018. I went and saw it in the movie theater, and like everyone else, I was disappointed at first. But with that said, I have seen this movie more than 10 times, and I can say it is a great horror movie. So, is this a horror movie or a movie about mental disorders? Well, let's first discuss the mental disorders our characters dealt with. You had depression, antisocial personality disorder, dementia, schizophrenia, and most of all, dissociative identity disorder. What you are witnessing is what grief does to a family that is affected by various psychological disorders. Their disorders is what is focused on in this movie. However, this movie is the corruption and destruction of Peter to become King Paimon. The Coven's goal in this movie is to destroy the family so that they can have their host. Peter was being molded. The death of Charlie is what pushed him into becoming the host. Peter also dealt with Annie's reaction to Charlie's death and her behavior. Peter was affected when Annie tried to kill him during a DID episode. Peter still feared that Annie may do this again, and during another episode, his fear came to be true. He also was dealing with the fact that he felt that his mother didn't love him. When Annie unloads on Peter, letting him know he is responsible for Charlie's death, that catapulted him even further into becoming corrupted. In the end, the death of all of his family left Peter open to become Paimon, as through the movie, he was slowly becoming possessed. So, as I said in my promo, I'm not really going to be reviewing or discussing the movie as a whole. I'm only here to determine whether this is a horror movie or a movie about mental disorders. That said, if you've seen this movie a bunch of times, like I have, you actually should be able to reach that conclusion. The one thing is that yes, because you were dealing a lot with the mental disorders that all our characters dealt with, it kind of just made it seem like, as quoted in my intro, it's the elevated horror. However, this was a horror movie. So, while the movie dealt with both the mental disorders and the horrors, the fact that you had Paimon and all the supernatural moments in this movie is what actually made it a horror movie. So I would give this another watch. Again, I understand, it's not like a scary things jumping out. However, it is a supernatural movie. It's just the fact that a family was destroyed who had a lot of mental issues to begin with. So that way this coven can have their host. So come back next week where I'm going to be discussing Rick's pick for me. It's 2006 Bug. It's directed by William Friedkin and it stars Ashley Judd. Join me next week when The Psychologist is in.